to bend the rules to allow them to speak to you anyway. Why did you do that?
On what?
You were going to allow the golf association to come and speak to you about the RFP for the clubhouse. Again, there seems to be a pattern and a practice where you bend the rules whenever it's convenient for
I
you.
know what you call that.
Okay. Secondly, it's been brought to my attention that Mr. Manzanares has stated publicly that our city attorney / city manager is too young and experienced to advise council. And he is now advising council. And I'm just curious, how many of you have not received legal counsel from Mr. Manzanares? Let me repeat, how many of you have not received legal counsel from Mr. Manzanares? Just a show of hands.
On what position?
On the city business. 1, 2, 3, 4.
What does that have to do with that?
Okay. Well, according to my sources, there was a meeting Sunday night at Gino's at which Mr. Bonato and Ms. Velasquez and Mr. Manzanares were present. Also at that meeting were your husband. Let me finish. You can ask me after I'm done. I'm going to finish my statement. Also there, at least from what I was told, if you object to this, that's fine.
You objected.
Okay. Carmen Sandoval was there. Captain Sandoval was there. Engineer Borer was there. His father, Orlando Vaca, the Leone family, and Mickey Grego. So apparently there's legal advice being given, and I'm not sure the rest of the council is being given this legal advice. So if that's true, perhaps when you guys go into executive session for legal advice, perhaps you could share whatever legal advice that you're getting. Are you saying you weren't there?
Sunday night.
Right, at Gino's. The last question I have is for Mr. Beatty. Mr. Manzanares has stated this public. Could you share with the council what his role is? He's not an elected official. He's not paid by the city. What role is he providing you as legal counsel?
He's not providing any role for me, Mr. Murphy.
Okay, I'm just saying he stated it publicly. That's all I have. Thank you.
You have one more. Peggy Westmoreland.
Thank you. I'm Peggy Westmoreland, and I was wondering if I could address Mr. Beatty. Is that allowed? That's just a copy of what I'm going to read with my glasses on. Mr. Beatty, since Council Member Alfred Pondo did not follow proper procedure in asking City Council's permission to bid on carpeting at the library, which is city property, he is in violation of city charter as a conflict of interest. In which case, Chapter 5, Section 5.3 states, no member of council shall vote on any question on which he/she has a substantial personal or financial interest. Since Councilmember Pondo has in the last 2 council meetings stated that a reason for firing the city manager is that he, the city manager, did not accept Mr. Pondo's bid, and the bid is mentioned in Councilmember Velasquez's written statement, reasons for dismissal. This shows that Councilmember Pondo has a great personal interest in the work status of Mr. Jacob Rubio and is therefore ineligible in the voting process in which the city manager is a focal point for the vote. The same would hold true for Mayor Reno, as he has a lawsuit pending with John Marchio, and Mr. Marchio has a financial interest in the company Live Green, which was to place the new LED lights in town. Mr. Reno should not have voted on the Live Green LED lighting issue, and chose to ignore City Charter, Section 5.3, which states that Mr. Reno should have disclosed to council his personal affiliation with the Marchios. According to Section 4.3, the mayor's action should be considered misconduct in office. Since Mayor Reno mentions his reasons for dismissal of the city manager as being a direct result of Live Green and the LED lights, this proves a personal and financial interest in the employment status of the city manager. The mayor cannot be allowed to vote on any issue concerning the city manager until this misconduct has been addressed by the city council. So I'm requesting that you, as city attorney, make sure that no action is taken on the issue of the dismissal of the city manager until the misconduct issue of Councilmember Pondo and Mayor Reno has been reviewed and acted upon by the remaining city council members. And I apologize for the misspelling. Okay, all right, thank you.
Reports by the city manager, acting city manager.
Mayor Reno, good evening, members of council. I have very big news to begin with regarding our North Lake Dam rehabilitation project. I am very pleased to report that the Colorado Water Conservation Board unanimously approved the City of Trinidad's grant and loan application for the North Lake Dam project. This afternoon, the city was awarded a grant from the statewide water supply reserve account in the amount of $739,235, which is equivalent to 40% of the project's estimated total cost. The city has also been awarded a CWCB loan in the amount of $739,235, which is also 40% of the project's estimated cost. And the city intends to use cash reserves to fund the remaining 20% there. The one condition is that the loan funds will not be dispersed until the city receives a letter of conditional approval of a water conservation plan by the Colorado Water Conservation Board. And city staff and namely Mr. Fernandez is working on such a plan. The city is greatly indebted to Mr. Fernandez, our utility superintendent, for his efforts to secure this grant and loan. He is still making his way back from Denver for that hearing. So wonderful news there. Regarding the grandstand at Central Park's Upperfield baseball facility, it is nearing completion with paint and stucco. And Blue Diamond Builder anticipates that that will be complete here possibly this week, but by the end of the month. Our Flags Along the Purgatory project is proceeding on schedule as well. Regarding the Waterworks building, as you may have seen